New number one is another dimension starting 9 more planes of energy. But energy, unlike the energy we know, and that's why they call it antimatter, because it's on the flip side of this matter. You know what's real about that? In order for me to be able to calibrate anything, I have to be somewhere beside it. I can't add her up without stepping away. Otherwise, I'll be a part of the measurement and won't be able to separate myself. So I must step away to add up. So when I get to 9 to start the new one in antimatter must be on the other side of the forms of matter that we know. So on the other side of spirit, there's a evil spirit. You follow? On the other side of good, there's a bad. And we start our next cycle upward. But change stays consistent. The only thing that's definite, constant, and sure is change, be it good or evil. So you see those higher 4 levels are taking you from God. I was walking you toward a mask as a Muslim. And the mask stood up there, and the mask was Allah, God. And I was walking you there. And when you got close enough to God, I said, now you put on the mask and become God. And become responsible. Responsible. Now you must respond to the needs of humanity. And when you're capable of responding to the needs of humanity to help people, you are then a God. You follow? A doctor who responds to the needs of a patient and cures the patient for the moment that the patient is in full dependency on that doctor. When that doctor has completed its task and that patient gets up and walks out, that doctor was God. You follow? That God doctor was a responsible being, and he responded to their need, and the end result was health. You have to put on the mask of God, and you have to become responsible. You have to be able to respond to the lies and respond to the historical errors. You understand? You have to be there when people are lying and say, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Prove it. Jesus is my personal Savior. Prove it. You understand? You realize the danger of a statement that Jesus is my personal Savior? Who the hell do you think you are to think that Jesus focused on you? Open your mouth. Let me see if you got any cavities. If Jesus was your personal Savior, you wouldn't have a cavity in your mouth. Unless you say he's an incompetent Savior who's incapable of responding to your needs. And in that case, you don't need him. You hear me? So you are moving to 4 higher levels. 7, 8, 9. When you get to the 10th point, you're back at 1, because 10 is nothing but a 1 and a cipher, a 0, ought. That's why I say there's naught at 9, and then ought starts again. Naught and ought. Ought is, naught aren't. You follow? So all the things from this way back aren't. They're not reality. Reality starts at ought. When you get past 9, when you get past this here illusion, this illusionary world, the trees and all of this means something. No, they don't mean something. They're relative. You know what I mean by they're relative? They're interrelated by necessity. And that's what I tried to explain a couple of weeks ago when I said when they interfere with extinction, they're interfering with the balancement of the whole ecology. When an animal's time is time to go, it's time to go. For them to interfere and cause a species to prolong its life on the planet, they're interfering with ecology. They're interfering with the natural law of change. They're altering things. That all animals are breathing. And certain animals that are breathing out a certain amount of poison into the air. You with me? And when it's time for him to go, it means that much poison is supposed to be removed from the air. But they take the panda bear because he's cute, and they pull him out of his natural environment, and they breed him indoors and multiply him and put him back into the wild. They're interfering with the ecology. They're interfering with the balancement of nature. That animal is not supposed to be breathing anymore poison into the world. And the white man thinks he has the right to come in and alter those things. And then asks, why is the world in the state it is? Why is the change going for the worse and not the better? Because they have interfered with the laws of nature. And nature is nothing but an English derivative of the Egyptian gods Neteru. When they say Neter in Egypt, talking about the ancient gods, they're saying Mother Nature. You hear me? Okay.